Good evening. I'd like to go ahead and call to order our regularly scheduled monthly meeting for September 22nd, 2025. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda?
I make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Second.
Commissioner Christensen,
Yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsey,
Yes.
Commissioner Mobley,
Yes.
Commissioner Alton Brown.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Yeah, and before we get started, I'd like to have a moment of silence for Commissioner Alfonso Anderson lost his sister late last week. And they had the funeral today, so I don't know if we can take 30 seconds or so for a moment of silence to reflect upon and pray for Commissioner Anderson. All right. So we've adopted the agenda and would like to go ahead and have the meeting minutes approved from the July 21st meeting, July 31st, and our August 28th special called meeting.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from July 21st, 2025 regular board meeting, July 31st, 2025 special call board meeting, and August 28th, 2025 special call board meeting.
Second.
Commissioner Christensen,
Yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsey.
Yes.
Commissioner Mobley,
Yes.
Commissioner Alton Brown.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Wait a minute. Yes on July 21st. And no on July 31st and August 28th.
Noted. Motion approved.
All right, so tonight I think we have 4 people signed up for public input.
That is correct.
All right.
When your name is called, please come to the podium. You will be given 2 minutes to speak, and there will be a timer to notify you that your time has ended. First person is Ms. Lavola Taylor. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening to the board, commissioners, to director, Mr. Lewis. Good evening. I'm Lavola S. Taylor, and I live in Gadsden. I'm a lifelong resident of the Lower Richland community. And thank you for your time this evening. I'm here representing the Webb Alumni Association, which is a nonprofit 501c3 group of graduates of the Weber School, which was a high school, but now an elementary school. Our association has been in existence over 20 years. We have been actively, down through the years, we've been actively involved in the Lower Richland community in various ways, but in particular in ways such as with the Crossroads Community Center, and the Eastover Park, and in some instances at the Gadsden Park. And we have assisted in planning different activities like co-sponsoring and sponsoring back to school bashes, teen training programs, parent training, reading festivals, and many other programs at the park down through the years. And we are also available, we're still available to do whatever we can in the community and helping with the parks and the children around Weber School, which we represent. Over the years, we've sponsored an annual banquet, the Weber alumni, we've sponsored an annual banquet, which is a fundraiser to help Weber School and to help with extracurricular activities and reading programs at Weber. This year, we would like to have our banquet at the Gunners Ferry Adult Activity Center on Gunners Ferry Road. And being that the price is so steep, so expensive, and we're working on a minimum budget. So we're just asking the board and director, would they please consider either reducing or waiving that fee for us, because the money that we raise goes directly to the children and right there around Eastover Park and Weber School. We would appreciate y'all's consideration and helping us out. And that way we will be able to give the school more funds to help with the children there at Weber. Thank you for your time, and we appreciate if you consider our request.
Thank
Thank you. Excuse me, Ms. Taylor, how you doing? Did you, have you applied, put in an application yet for your request?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
When's the event?
They have, the event isn't until December the 27th.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Next person we have is Mr. Stephen Oliver.
Good evening. My name is Stephen Oliver. I'm standing here today as a frustrated Richland County resident, but also a city councilman from Forest Acres. Guys, Trenton Park's a mess. By RCRC's claims from your website, the vision is to lead the nation in providing evidence-based recreational programming, safe and accessible facilities, and customer service excellence. As we stand here right now today, there is unsanitary and insufficient outdoor bathroom facilities at Trenton Park. Currently, there's at least 150 families every night using that park, and they're using 2 porta-johns supplied by Trenton Little League. All because there's never any money in the budget for Trenton Park. Would you want a family member having no place to change a clean diaper or a dirty diaper for their baby? Guys, nobody's washing their hands on a nightly basis at Trenton Park because there's no outdoor bathroom facilities. Is Trenton Park even ADA compliant? I'm over there at least 3 nights a week, and all I see is rutted, washed out dirt paths around that park, tripping hazards everywhere. It is beyond me that this organization has not been sued for not being ADA compliant yet over there. I've seen firsthand a dozen or so of your other parks this summer as I rode around town and visited and looked. Every park I visited has had some sort of improvement. Why not Trenton Park? All I've ever heard is there's never any money. There's no money. Y'all found money for these other parks. We can't even get a new sign at Trenton Park. A new sign, guys. Mr. Lewis told me 2 years ago that sign was going to be taken care of. Hasn't been done. But don't worry, I've heard y'all found the money to repave the parking lot. But if you had asked me for a top 10 list of things that need to be done at Trenton Park, parking lot would have been number 8. I've emailed this organization. I've sent pictures. I've met at the park. Now I'm standing here begging y'all. Fix it. Do your jobs. No more meetings, no more talking about it. Let's get it fixed. Thank y'all.
Thank
All right. Third.
Adam Shantz.
Good evening. My name is Adam Shantz. I am standing here today as the president of Trenton Little League, the organization that serves over 1,200 children in our community. That's how many registrants we had this past year. that get to enjoy the decrepit park that you provide us. Our league is entirely volunteer run, and in line with Little League international standards, we ensure that no child gets turned away regardless of their income or status. Our league encompasses nearly half of all of Richland County. So this isn't an issue of Don Weaver's territory. This is everybody's territory because that's where these kids are coming from to play at this park. Despite the impact of Trentham Park and Trentham Little League and what we have and what we give this community, we have flooding and poor drainage that disrupt our games and our ability to be there for these children. We have falling fences, unsafe bleachers, non-compliant press boxes, washed out walkways that don't comply with ADA standards and hinder accessibility for many of the seniors that would use this building. They can't even get to the games. The sidewalks are washed out and decrepit. It's a shame. The canteen is falling apart. We can't raise money out of it because we can't sell anything out of it. Just for context, we made about $9,000 last year. Irma Little League, 6 fields, a nice canteen, 6 figures, over $100,000. So how do we raise money? Knocking on doors, raising money from the community, trying to make a difference and cut into, the inequity that we see in our park, right? This past year, Trentham Little League spent over $25,000 on that facility, maintaining the fields, paying for those decrepit porta potties that cost almost $4,000 a year. That represents almost 20% of our entire budget. We have met with RCRC many times over the past 3 years, and as Mr. Oliver described, it's always something we'll get to next time. We don't have the budget. We're asking the commission for meaningful action. We're asking you to see us, to support these children, to be there. I'd invite each of you to come out to Trentham Park and just see for yourself. Don't rely on the pictures. The pictures are bad enough, but the experience will really show you the inequity that we face and these children face in this diverse community that uses that park. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is it for this evening.
Thank you very much for your comments, and we'll discuss this. All right. Financial report, please.
Ryan's gonna do his financial report from Zoom.
Good evening, Chair Lapine, members of the Commission Board. I'd like to begin tonight by providing you with an update on the General and Enterprise Fund financials for the period July 1, 2025 through August 31st, 2025. Total revenues for the General Fund for the 2-month period were approximately $1.1 million compared to $1.3 million around this time last year. Represents a decrease of approximately $217,000 or 17% decrease. Grant revenues were the largest driver for this decrease as we received grant funding for the Hopkins Pool project in early fiscal year 25. That difference in revenues is largely made up by that amount that we received for Hopkins Pool. Program revenues for the 2-month period were $311,000 compared to $228,000 this time last year. Program revenues are up $83,000 or approximately 37%. Athletics, youth camp, and recreational program revenue were the largest driver for the increase as volume was up from prior year. General fund expenditures for this period were $3.3 million compared to $3.1 million. Represents approximately 5% increase or $171,000. The biggest driver for the increase would be salaries and fringe for a few reasons. We did have longevity payments in the first month of the fiscal year. COLA, the second half of the COLA that went into effect last year. And then increased seasonal hires to meet volume increases. Additionally, program supplies did increase due to volume increases for our youth camps. Additionally, we did have some computer supply purchases in the early part of the current fiscal year. For enterprise fund, revenues for Linric were approximately 27.3 thousand compared to 211,000 this time last year. Represents approximately $184,000 decrease or 87%. That sounds like a big decrease, but the driver for that is the course has been closed during the capital improvement projects that were being completed on the greens, the pro shop, and the parking lot. The work has been completed. The course has been reopened. Proposed fee increases and anticipated volume increases due to improved playing conditions are likely to offset some of the loss of this revenue. And we did build in a decrease in revenue for those months during closure into the budget. So we did account for that. Enterprise fund expenditures for this period for Linric were 274,000 compared to 194,000 this time last year. Represents approximately 41% increase or $80,000. The biggest driver for this increase was the capital improvement expenses related to the projects that I mentioned just previously. Richland County Wellness Center revenues for the current period were 122,000 through August 31st. The vast majority of these revenues come from memberships. We do not have comparative figures for the first 2 months of fiscal year 25 since the center was acquired in late December 2025. Once we have those comparative figures, they will be incorporated into these reports. Richland County Wellness Center expenditures for this period were 191,000 through August 31st. The bulk of these expenses were comprised of salaries and fringe, general operating expenses to include utilities, as well as repairs and maintenance improvements that are being made to the center. Again, we don't have comparative figures from the first 2 months of fiscal year 25, but as we move into the fiscal year and we have comparative figures, they will be presented in these reports. Are there any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we have some unfinished business. Ms. Lewis, related to portrait for Killian.
Yes, last month, month prior, July, we received a request from a patron that wanted to hang a portrait of a family member at Killian Park. You guys decided to table that matter until this month, so I guess some action need to be taken on this matter. Currently, we don't have any, to my knowledge, portraits that are displayed in the parks in honor of family members, to my knowledge. So I don't know if this would be the first or
So,
you guys proceed.
Just to refresh, I think all of our memory was, maybe Mr. Cooper remembers, I don't remember specifically, but was there somebody related that had donated a portion of the park to the property to us in the past, or there was some sort of nature, or I don't know. I didn't see this on the agenda before, so I don't know how that got there, but anyway.
The patron's name is Miss Allison McMichael, and she wants to hang a portrait in Killian Park in honor of her father, who was part of the Killian Park community. She wrote a letter to you all back in July, and you read it during the meeting to table it for discussion for this meeting.
Yeah, and I guess the problem is we got a little bit of a hangover here because we were off the month of August, so I guess this is sat and not really prepared to talk about that. At least I'm not. No, are you? I propose that we table it again, recirculate the letter so we can discuss this at our next meeting. But we have to take action, so. Can somebody make a motion?
I make a motion that we table the request for the portrait hanging at Killian Park at this time.
Second.
Commissioner Christensen,
Yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsey,
Yes.
Commissioner Mobley,
Yes.
Commissioner Alton Brown.
Yes.
Motion approved.
All right, we have some new business. There's a resolution approving the execution and delivery of an addendum to an intergovernmental and joint use agreement with the town of Irmo regarding Rawls Creek Park and other matters related thereto. Is there somebody here to talk about that?
Commissioner Christensen has the details,
Okay,
for you
perfect.
all.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass this, if y'all can take one and pass it down. But this is a proposed, we have a park that the town of Irmo leases at Rawls Creek Park. And they want to make some changes to the park at the front to put in a inclusive playground. If you're familiar with Leo's Landing, it's similar to that as an inclusive park. They currently lease that land from Richland County Recreation Commission, and they want to, the current contract is kind of broad as far as what kind of changes they can make to the property. So we made an addendum to specifically talk about this change to the grounds for this all-inclusive park. If you go towards the second half of that packet I just handed you, it's kind of got some renderings of what the park will look like and its proposed location on those grounds. And then in your packet for tonight, there is the addendum to the contract that you can go over.
And this is completely funded by town of Irmo, correct? Or
They
Whoever?
have gone out to get their own private funding, not from the town of Irmo.
So in other words, we won't have to fund this.
Mhm. They've already made changes to that park up to date, up to now. You kind of see that on the renderings, the things that are out there now. And just in that front, there's approximately a half acre at the front of the property near the parking lot where they want to put the all-inclusive playground, which would be great for that community. It'd be a great addition to the area as well, as it is much needed. These all-inclusive playgrounds they do exceptionally well with the community. I think it also has a arts, kind of interactive arts exhibit as well that would really go along with it for those kids who could use those kind of stimulants.
Yeah, I like these all-inclusive parks are great.
I would like for the board to consider taking a vote on this change in their current lease tonight as well. Chair Lapine, if that's possible.
Okay, can we let's talk about that then?
Yeah,
What's the
as you can see in the resolution, if you go to Exhibit A, the third page, it goes through the proposed changes. And then it also has included in that Exhibit A is the diagram of where the change would happen on that part.
Didn't you say that's our properties? Okay.
It's our property, yes,
All
sir.
right.
they have basically maintained it. They maintain it. It's one of the, it's like they did the dog park,
Yeah.
so.
It's got a skate park on there as well. but they've maintained it, and I don't know the details or payments or whatever of the lease currently, but all we're doing is just allowing them, before it had a declaration in there that they could make changes, but it was so broad that the town of Irmo, and the park didn't want to make this specific change with the terms in their current lease. They wanted to make sure that RCRC was okay with this specific change to that land.
Tars, have y'all reviewed this?
Yeah, I reviewed it. Our attorney Lawrence is the one that worked on this resolution. We reviewed it, I'm in agreements with it. I think it will be a great addition to the community, and it's not funded by us, it's private funding by the group that's trying to put it out there.
All right. So Lawrence has looked at this?
Yes, Lawrence is the one that drafted the resolution.
And you can see in that packet I handed to you, the first half of that kind of shows you some of the groundwork that they've put into this already. There are some very passionate Irmo residents who are really looking forward to this, and they put in a lot of legwork already as far as reaching out to the community, getting the community involved on some of the things they'd like to see. They're partnering with Boudreaux Group and the Land Plan Group to design and install this new playground. So they've definitely crossed their I's and dotted their T's, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, they've done a wonderful job out on the items that they fixed over the past couple years with, like I said, the dog park and the other improvements that they've made. I'm fine with this. But it's up to the board. Does someone want to make the motion to approve?
You all right with that, Tar? You all right?
Yes, sir.
I make a motion that we approve the execution and delivery of an addendum to the intergovernmental and joint use agreement with the town of Irmo regarding Ross Creek Park and other matters relating thereto.
Second. Second,
Commissioner Christensen,
yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsey,
Yes.
Commissioner Mobley.
Yeah.
Commissioner Alton Brown,
Yes.
motion approved.
It's great. Right.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Now we have other business, executive director report.
Good afternoon. I've got a few project updates for you today. You guys were off last month, so I want to update you on a few projects. Dinner Terrace Gym, we was able to open up those pickleball courts over there. That was old tennis courts. We was able to convert those courts to 4 pickleball courts. I want to give a special thanks to our commissioners, Christensen, Ms. Alton Brown, and Mr. Jacobs for coming with their support. This project was funded by a PAR grant, so we was able to get the PAR grant and take care of this community needs with pickleball courts. So it turned out really, really great. Getting a lot of participation and usage from it, as well as the one that we did in Blythewood. Next, we have Lerner Golf Course. As you know, Lerner is an enterprise. You look at the pictures now, we was able to completely redo the parking lot lights, took out multiple trees in the middle of the parking lot, added sod irrigation to the outside. Inside, we were able to put down weatherproof carpet, new paint, new ceiling tile, new LED lights. We repaired the awning to the golf cart shed as well. And also the greens and pars were taken care of as well out at Lyric. So it was close to about almost 8 to 9 weeks, maybe a little longer. But since we reopened last week, it's been completely packed pretty much every day out there. Got a lot of great response back from the patrons and the golf users. They were really excited about it. So we got a couple more phases left out there, which would be the restrooms inside, and then the following phase would be the cart pass over the next couple of years. Few agency updates. We started our fall athletic league. We had a 25% increase again this year. Our athletics registered 706 youth registrants for fall league. We got 2 new programs, high school lacrosse, and we added cheerleading. Volleyball numbers also increased due to the participation. We now have 3 locations, Bluff, Blackwood, and Polo Park, that have volleyball in our athletics. As you can see, the numbers broken down. Youth flag football, we have 248 participant. Futsal soccer, we have 77 participants. T-ball, we have 91. Volleyball, we had 186. High school lacrosse was 30. Cheer program was a new program, had 51 registered participants. 3-on-3 basketball had 23 participants. Adult basketball league, we have 6 teams. Adult flag football team, we have 7 teams. Adult softball, we have 14 teams currently. So athletic staff has done a great job with introducing new sports in the county and countywide. Training updates has continued as well. For the month of August, we had blood bond, pathogen, and back safety. We had 44 staff members attend this training. We're continuing with our first aid and CPR training. We had 11 staff members to get certified. For the month of September, of our AAA drivers improvement, we had 13 staff to participate. We have our first administrative staff training, which we have 10 that will be participating next week. And we have emergency action plan and fire extinguisher training coming up as well. This past week, National Parks and Recreation Conference was held in Orlando, Florida, September 16th through the 18th. We want to thank our 4 board members that attended and represent the agency, as well as 11 staff members that was in attendance as well. Ms. Proctor Bates and Ms. Sampson attended on the 15th for CAPRA training. They're leading our accreditation for our CAPRA accreditation. Are there any thoughts, concerns, or questions at this time?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I want to go back to Trenton Park
Yes,
from
sir.
the comments made earlier. And Mr. Oliver brought up some comments, and for like 2 years, I've been going to meetings over there. And I do remember that we were discussing the use of fixing the restrooms that we had on the inside that they could access from the outside. And I'm not sure whatever happened with that, because I think that was like a problem. I mean, solving one of the problems with the restrooms, because I remember that being a big thing, but bigger picture, so everybody on this board understands. And, we have, and I've said this for 3 years, we do have the pool that we have to repair, because we're gonna have the same issue that we had with Hopkins Pool. And it was on our report when I took over 6 or 7 years ago that Hopkins and Trenton Park pools are at their functional obsolescence, and it's time to get them fixed. And I understand that we had our PARD, we had money penciled to come in for PARD grants that got cut.
Correct.
And I know that we only have so much money to spend around for every park. But, and I was listening to the Mr. Shantz, I think your name was, from the baseball group, from the Little League. And, we have a lot of community members that have their kids there. It is the oldest park that we've had in our 70 some odd parks that we run. It's the oldest park. And so I am just putting this on the record that we got to just come up with a plan quickly
Well, if
to
you,
figure out how we can just move forward to make some changes. That's all.
well, I can recall you and myself, along with Mr. Cooper, Mr. Oliver, we met with Senator Beth Bernstein, Bowers, and a couple of people back last year
Correct.
about the improvements at Trenton Park. We did our due diligence. I provided Ms. Senator Bernstein with what it would cost to get everything repaired, which was close to $3 million. As you all know, this year, no state funding was earmarked. I believe she earmarked $500,000 for us at the time, but we didn't get it. We did, budget for some small things. The parking lot would be getting done. We met with Mr. Adam last week, myself, Mr. Cooper. He made emphasis that there was a bad part of the fencing that had to be replaced. We're working on that to get that replaced. Mr. Cooper and myself went out the same day to personally inspect that ourselves. We're replacing that. Mr. Oliver mentioned several months ago, there was a hole in the back of one of the properties. We spent about $5,000 to got that fence repaired. We met with Dominion also last week to put new light poles out, new LED lights in the parking lot. As they stated, that is an old park.
Yeah, no, it is. and-
It's open in 72. It's not 8A compliant. We understand that. We are trying to get some folks on some additional paving around the canteen and things like that. We're waiting to hear back from the company that will be doing the parking lot to see what additional costs it will cost to try to get some things done. So I don't sit here and say Trenton is good. It's not. Along with Killian Park, it's not good. We
Well,
got 6 facilities that are not good.
Well, I'm not, yeah, but
But right now we are talking about Trenton. So I don't run from nothing. I stand up
Yeah, of
on it
course.
and I can own it. We are gonna replace the signage. Mr. Cooper and myself went last week and met with the signage company at Prison Industries to replace new signages and things like that. Trenton is the first one that we said needed to be redone. So I stand by what I do, but I don't write a check. I don't run county council budget. I've expressed this to Mr. Weaver and all our county council members when I was up there begging for our funding. We asked for additional $1.5 million and we only got 300,000.
but
So
listen,
I do understand, we do have some stuff in place, so it's gonna take more than us
I agree.
to go for this, because the same pot of money that we're fighting for, Trump Acres is fighting for it as well.
I mean, Forest Acres
Or
are trying to
Forest
get
Acres
money for
fighting
their,
for it as
they've got
well.
a big park that they're
So,
building. and with that.
so we all are fighting for the same pot of money.
But I agree.
It's no
You know-
disparity towards them. We do need to fix that facility up.
And I agree with everything you've said, and I know that you've done everything that you said, because I hear. I'm just saying that we bring this back up. And I mean, it's something where I guess that we gotta devise a plan, whether, the city of Forest Acres can help in some form or fashion. I mean, look, Don Weaver said he would give us money, but the problem is the amount of money that he can give doesn't really, unfortunately, I think, put a dent in what really needs to be done.
That's not going to get the the surveys
Correct.
done.
And so, I don't know,
You got tennis courts that are
I
collapsed.
mean,
You
I
got
know,
a
well, we get the
pool.
pool.
Got a
We got
pool
the
that's
pool.
gonna be probably $2 million that gotta be fixed now. So we got a lot of issues over there
We
that need
gotta-
to be done.
and that's what I'm saying, and that's
As-
like
as a
where my
board,
neighborhood
and
is,
As a
and,
staff, we just got to figure out along with Forest Acres, how we can work collectively to make it happen. And that's probably gonna be the 3 or 5 year phase. I mean, we're working on our 10-year master plan now to present in March or April to county council over the next 10 years, what it's gonna take for these parks to make improvement. And I'm pretty sure you probably look at $150 to $200 million worth of money to get things done from Irmo to Eastover.
correct.
So, we're trying to do the best that we can. And I hear they cry. As I stated earlier, it's understandable. I stand on what I say and I stand on what I can do. So I'm not gonna run from it. I hear what they're saying. But if I don't have the funding, it's nothing I can do about that. We're a special purpose district.
I get it. And what I'm saying is,
Thing I ask, just like you guys come up here and plead us, when it's time to make those decisions in April, May, I ask you come down to county council and stand up before us and plead to them to tell us to give us the funding that we need. So they can allocate a line item specifically for Trenton Park. And the funding will go specifically to Trenton Park. That's what it takes. They
That's
have every
good
right to be
answer.
frustrated.
well, that's good.
And,
least
and
we
we
know.
met with Mr. Adam and I done met with Mr. Oliver, and whenever he called, I try to get it done with the best I can.
Okay.
But we could continue to have some conversation as a board, and we could continue to ask Mr. Coble to lobby for us at the State House and with our council members. I mean, I try. I can't do nothing else but ask.
Yeah, well, we need all of us to work together to ask, and I agree with you 100%. I know what you've been through. I know what we've done with, everybody, so.
So we'll be filling out.
I could add, Beth Bernstein, Representative Bernstein does an excellent job. I think she did have earmarks in the Senate, sort of in the last days before the Senate Finance Committee this past year. approved the budget,
Well, they cut everything
they cut everything.
across the
I think there
board.
will be earmarks this year. So,
Well, I think it's important for Little League and Stephen and your group and Taurus to get in front of these politicians, because we've got to get the money, in a plan.
But we'll be applying again, next month, Mr. Cooper and us, and us, our leadership team, we'll be applying for the same money we applied for last year, and hopefully, we'll get something, and if it's $500,000 for capital improvement for Trenton, I can assure you, whatever something
need-
first
I think
team
we
give
really-
us, it will all go to Trenton for
So-
upgrades.
If you get $500,000, can you use that to leverage to get a larger amount from a PART grant?
Trenton doesn't apply for grants. LMI, low moderate income, they don't apply.
Okay.
But we would have to sustain some money from our general fund to assist with that. But we was hoping that we would have got that 500,000 because we had already Mr. Cooper had already retained the drawings and the surveys for the canteen, which was about $350,000 to build a brand new canteen with outdoor restrooms, storage. And then the other part would have went to the tennis courts to get those tennis courts resurfaced as well. So we'll apply again and we'll see what happened. And Mr. Cooper, myself, and Mr. BJ, we've met with Mr. Adam and his president Wednesday or Thursday last week, and we conveyed the same thing. So we'll try again. But in the meantime, the parking lot may be something small to them, and I can understand their frustration, but it's something big to us because it does create a liability over there, and we do believe in ADA compliance, and we need to make sure that we're in compliance with ADA. So not only there, but throughout the county. So we have a plan that we have to devise because our current ADA plan expires at the end of this year, which we will be working on the next ADA plan for the next 10 years. So, everything they say, there's truth behind it. But with that truth, we have to understand that we have to work together to make it happen.
Yeah.
You said you're meeting with somebody next month? The Richland County, is that who you meet with next
Yes.
month? If I can get that information, I'd like to go with y'all.
Okay.
If that's possible.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Any more
you so
questions
much.
or concerns?
Thanks for your answer, though.
All right, thank you.
Good evening. So RCRC hosted several events over the past few weeks. To list a few prior to the presentation, we hosted the back to school events at Hopkins Park, Polo Road, Kaufman Road, Trentham, St. Andrews, Denny Terrace, Friars Gate, and Blythewood Parks. Also hosted the Women's Empowerment event at Hopkins Park, several national night out events, pickleball meet and greet at Blythewood, and we continue to enrich the lives of citizens of Richland County. On August 29th, the Bluff Road Park proudly hosted its inaugural RCRC College Volleyball Invitational, marking a major milestone for our facility and the local volleyball community. The event featured over 50 collegiate players delivering exciting and competitive volleyball action throughout the day. We were thrilled to welcome more than 150 patrons who brought incredible energy and support, creating a vibrant atmosphere that truly elevated the experience for players and spectators. A huge thank you goes out to our dedicated RCRC event staff, Ms. Connie Reeves, Ms. Demetria Goodwin, Ms. Lisa Lewis, Ms. Shantae Cleveland, and Mr. Ira Thomas, and the entire Bluff Road Park staff for their hard work and commitment in making this event a success. We also extend our special thanks to Commissioner Lindsay and Commissioner Jacobs for taking the time to stop by and support the event. The Love Yourself and Wellness event held at Park Lane Adult Activity Center. The annual event was held on Monday, August 18, 2025, with 85 seniors in attendance. The event featured vendors sharing valuable information on digestive health, skin care, and overall wellness. A Zumba instructor energized the crowd with funny, easy ways to stay active, while Prisma Health representatives provided vital resources on health, stroke prevention, fall safety, and lung cancer. On August 29th, the Senior Adult Pool Luau Party was held at Hopkins Park Pool with over 100 seniors who enjoyed a fashion show, music by DJ Pac-Man, health tips, fellowship, and great food. Thank you to Ms. Bernice Scott and Ms. Carletta Wilson for their community coordination and support. Thank you to Thank you to Commissioners Jacobs and Lindsay for your attendance. On September 13th, the part-time cookout was held at the Wellness Center. HR hosted the part-time staff with a cookout, agency updates, information, helpful resources, games, and entertainment. The Midlands Area Senior Games was held September 8th through the 12th with over 180 seniors who enjoyed a week of social and competitive sport events, including cornhole, chair volleyball, bowling, bingo, basketball, and track and field. The 38th Annual Senior Games Week was both informative and empowering, giving participants the tools to live healthier and more active lives. Special thanks to Ms. LaToya Watkins, Special Events Coordinator, our Board of Commissioners, Community Relations Department, our Recreation Department, Athletics Department, and our executive team for working together to create such a memorable moment for our seniors. On September 10th, the Pine Grove Community Center, Rosenwald School State Historic Trail was held. Special thanks to Ms. Sunshine Eskew and community advocate Ms. Brenda McGriff for hosting this event and promoting our historical Rosenwald School. As far as the foundation, please register for the Power in Pink to be held on October 24th from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the Garners Ferry Adult Activity Center. T-shirt costs are $10. The event is free, however, registration is required. Thank you to our sponsors from Prisma Health, Panera Bread, The Big DM, Gregory Electric, RCRC, and the foundation. And our upcoming events are as follows. On September 25th, we have Let's Sip and Chat at Gaston Park Community Center. September 26th, Nocturnal Nets at North Springs Park. October 3rd, our 5th Annual Senior Field Day at Garners Ferry Adult Activity Center. Also, on October 5th, Unity in the Community Teen Event at Hopkins Park. October 14th, we have our Parents' Night Out at North Springs Park. October 17th, Cybersecurity Workshop at Garners Ferry Technology Center. October 18th, we have Shining Stars Sports Day at Friars Gate Park. And finally, on October 19th, we have our Skills and Drills with the Richland County High School Player of the Year at North Springs Park. And that concludes my report. If there are no questions and concerns.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. All right, so we have an executive session.
I make a motion that we go into executive session. Second.
Commissioner Christensen,
Yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsay, Commissioner Mobley.
Yeah.
Commissioner Alton Brown.
Yes.
Motion approved.
So we're coming out of executive session. Move to come out of executive session.
I'd like to make a motion to come out of executive session.
I second. Let's go.
She second.
She did.
Christensen,
Yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsay,
Yes.
Commissioner Mobley,
Yes.
Commissioner Alton Brown.
Yeah.
Motion approved.
And then, Mayor Bob, what's the proper terminology? There was no. So,
I make a motion that we didn't.
yeah.
You need to state.
Okay, no action was taken in executive session. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
Commissioner Christensen,
Yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsay,
Yes.
Commissioner Mobley,
Yeah.
Commissioner Alton Brown.
Yes.
Motion approved, meeting adjourned.